let's see what we get in the box with the Sokani X50. Alright, well, we have a user guide. I have to say, this is all like really nicely packaged. There's a lot of protection in here. Alright, we've got one part of the power cord. Yep. And there's number 2 right there. And I believe we're going to have a remote control right here. Let's see here. Yes, we do. And there she is. Good sized remote control. Yeah, that's kind of large. Not a problem though. And then we have the light itself. Let's move this box out of the way. Let me take a look at the back here first. So we have 2 Sony NPF battery slots as well as the regular power. So you've got 2 options for powering this light. It's like you have a battery meter right here. That's nice to see. I don't see that very often in these panel lights. And then we have the main part of the electronics right here. Let's take a look at the other side. So we've got full barn doors here. Oh, more packaging. See, they've done an excellent job packaging this stuff up so it doesn't get messed up in shipping. And there's another piece. And there is the light itself. And it feels like that's got another protective film over there. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if I can remove it. All right, here we go. We ready? Oh. Oh, yeah. That's always satisfying. We have a really nicely frosted front. So, initial thoughts, this has actually got a fantastic build quality. We're on a yoke system here, and this yoke, if you can see there, I'm not sure how well you can see, right in there, they actually have teeth on there, so that as you move this guy, so once you've angled it in, tighten it back up, the teeth on these edges here of the yoke really grab, and I'm telling you, that is not moving at all. Not at all. So I gotta tell you, this build quality is absolutely fantastic. Everything metal. We have some plastic here on the control box, of course. I'm really, really impressed. We look forward to firing these up and checking them out, see what they can do. Let's take a look at the functionality of the X50. Of course, right here we have our power switch. You can click it up if you wanted to use your NPF batteries. I've got it plugged into the wall here, so we'll be clicking down for the DC power. Now we have all the different modes right down here at the bottom, your color temperature mode, HSI or RGBW mode, your lighting effects, and then you can, of course, set the channels and groups to connect a series of these wirelessly together. On the side here, we have your dimness dial, plus or minus, and down here we have a set dial that's actually up, down, and also press in. We'll get into that in a second. Let's look at color temperature mode first, which is what we're on right now. Now I'll have to fast forward because one thing about this light is that it has an enormous range in color temperature mode. Right now we're at 2800 Kelvin. I'm going to go all the way up to its max, so probably speed this up here. All the way up to 10,000 Kelvin. There are not many lights that have this big of a color range. Really nice to see this on the X50. Next, we have your HSI mode. This is pretty much what you're going to see on most RGB lights, where you can set the hue, saturation, intensity. Press it again, and now you can dial in your RGB mode. Now this is a little bit different than some because this is not just RGBW, but RGBCW, which means you can set the red chips, green chips, blue chips, but also your colored chips. So if you wanted to take it like more of a warm color or a cooler color, and then your straight up white chips as well. Then you have your FX modes. We might as well kind of briefly go over those. Everyone's seen all the different lighting effects that these panels can do, but let's look at what the X50 does. Let me make note that not only do you set the different modes, but you can set the frequency, so that's how much of the kind of flashing effect you're going to get with this. By doing the set button here, you can see I'm changing the frequency. Now press in. Now we're changing the different modes. So now we're on police, fire truck, ambulance, fire, fireworks, faulty bulb, TV, RGB circle, paparazzi, that's where it looks like flash bulbs are going off. Lightning, back to number 1. And again, remember, you can change the frequency, so if you wanted like a serious storm going, you could jack the frequency all the way up to 10. But if you only want small amounts of lightning going, then you lower that frequency down. And of course, you set the brightness of all those modes with this trigger right here. Now, not only can you change the modes by hitting the direct button, but if you press in on the dim dial, you can also switch between all those different modes. And those are the basic features of the X50. Here's another feature I wanted to briefly mention that might seem small, but for some reason seems to be a problem with a lot of lights. Many lights that you can get can only go down to about 10% brightness. Everything from 0 to 10% is one single jump. But I'm going to turn the Sokani X50 all the way off, and we're going to go up 1 percentage jump at a time up to 10%. So here we are at 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as you can see, you can dial this light down incredibly low, all the way down to 1%. And each percentage point you go up, the light gets a little brighter. Like I said, that seems like a small thing, but a lot of lights seem to have an issue with doing that. They go down to about 10%, and then that's as low as they can go. Now, this 2-light set that I got from Sokani actually also comes with light stands. Now, keep in mind the low-cost nature of this light set, so you can't expect to get ridiculous $100 light stands. What you want are light stands that are strong enough to handle the weight of these lights. These aren't the heaviest lights in the world, but it is a good build quality, so there is a little bit of heft to them. But I'm happy to say these are a little bit thicker tubes than the super budget light stands that are on the market, so they are more than strong enough to handle the weight of the X50s. And let's pan up here. I wanted to show you the yoke again. If you wanted to, not sure why you would, maybe if you were wanting to shoot things down low, you could mount these horizontally instead of vertically, but if you can see, the yoke system works perfectly fine on these light stands. Now, Sokani also includes a remote control, the RGB remote control. Turn that on, and it pretty much looks like the identical screen that is there on the light panel itself. Let's see if we can get a little shot of that. All has the same controls. You have the on-off switch, the channel and group switch. Then you have your different modes. You have the set button, power up and down, movement through the menus. It's all pretty self-explanatory. And lastly, they also include a nice little soft carrying case with separated into compartments so that you can slide your lights in there and keep them padded up. I've got mine a little bit dusty already, but yeah, there's a zippered back on it as well. There we go. So if you need to store anything else in there, you certainly can. Just a nice little addition to the whole package. In the end, one of my final thoughts. I think Sokani has been on a great run lately with some of their lighting products, and the X50, in my opinion, is going to be another home run. These are fantastic lights with outstanding build quality, RGBCW at an incredibly good price point. A price point that's affordable for photographers or videographers maybe just starting out. I think these are a great package and definitely worth a look at.